Guys, what is up? Greg is here. It's the Vinyl Rundown post-Christmas special. Now, these are not the records we got for Christmas. These are records we got around Christmas, after Christmas, sales. Been to 3 record stores in the last couple of weeks. Been to thrift stores 3, 4, 5 times. Oh yeah, I got these finger gloves for Christmas, but I don't think I need to wear them. It's getting warm. So, pardon me while I disrobe my fingers. Let's see. Why don't we start with records and then go to CDs? Actually, I think the CDs are better. Let's see. Okay, stack cheap records. I'm the king of cheap records. Records that are $2, $3 that I get home and then they're no good because I bought cheap records. So let's see. Where do we begin? I'll start with what should have been the best record of the whole bunch. Chris Bell, who was with Big Star. And when he was with Big Star, they recorded a song called Cosmos, I Am the Cosmos, and he did a solo album of the same name, the different recording of that song. Nice singer-songwriter, and he died not too long ago. I don't know when he died. I forget the story, but sad to see Chris Bell pass early. Really cool record, except this is not a good pressing. This is not a good release. Good packaging, good cover, but this is on the 4 Men with Beards label. And this mastering, it's probably not the pressing so much as the mastering. Like the treble is kind of distorted and muffled, and I'm going to probably find a better copy of that someday. Someday soon, hopefully. Okay, at record store. A couple of these records were at a record store out in Thousand Oaks, California, including this one, Egberto Gismonti and Sanfona. I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this stuff means because it's in, is it Spanish or Portuguese? I don't even know. Egberto Gismonti on ECM, 2 record set. Nice music. He plays guitar and piano and a few other things. It's a very sort of South American cultural kind of a thing. But it's a little scratchier than I noticed in the store, so I'm not sure I'm going to keep this as is. We're batting 2 for 2 already. This was in the dollar bin. Music for belly dancers. And this other record store in Ventura, California had like all this belly dancing music, and some of it was a few bucks, but this was in the dollar section. I'm starting to get into ethnic music, music of other cultures, Eastern and Middle Eastern music, music for belly dancing. I haven't even listened to this yet. Turkish style belly dancing tends to be in the 9/8 rhythm known as karşılama. Intriguing, eh? And this was also at a record store in Ventura. It says slight warp. I don't see a warp at all. For $4. The Tubes. Who ripped this record? It came ripped. That's the picture. It's pre-ripped. There's Miss Ree Styles wearing the inner tube. This has some of the Tube's best tunes on it. Mondo Bondage, What Do You Want From Life? An autographed picture of Randy Mantooth, perhaps. And White Punks on Dope. But the sound quality on this, not so good. I don't know if my needle was filthy or this thing suffers from needle rot. But didn't sound good. Maybe it's not a good recording. Then let's see, it's some Goodwills. I got some classical. Vivaldi, 6 cello sonatas. And there was a bunch of cello records, like maybe a cello player died or gave his or her collection to the Goodwill. But came home and looked this up on eBay, and I see it for 30, 40 bucks, and I got it for $2. I like this record. 6 sonatas for cello by Vivaldi on a label I've never heard of. Orion. Cool. This one is from a record store, not the Goodwill. Mahler's First Symphony by Bernard Haitink with Concertgebouw Orchestra in Amsterdam on the Philips label. And I don't know which Mahlers I have. I got a few Mahlers. This was another blind buy. Mozart's Some Mass, Coronation Mass, and Bruckner's Requiem. Not sure I like this one. Deutsche Grammophon, $4. This is from the record store in Ventura, California. Monty Alexander, whose player I wasn't that familiar with until I got that recent Record Store Day release from him from Zev Feldman, and started to get into his music. So this is, a couple bucks, $5. Sounds good on the Pablo label. And okay, two weird ones are left for last. The Record Store in Thousand Oaks, California. Record store is always filthy, no exception. Most of the records in there are so beat up, and the pricing is bizarre, and I don't want to say anything else. But they have a free pile. By the door, there's a pile of free records. And this is the weirdest free record I've ever seen there. What is that? This is a French record, but it's American flute music, I think. It's actually a French pressing. Toute l'Amérique Indien. American Indians playing the flute. On CBS Discs, Columbia. Distributed in France. So this is one of those weird French or European cardboards, kind of different than we do here in the U.S. And I won't take it out. But like I say, I'm into this sort of ethnic and music lately, world music. So for free, why not? It's all right. And then also in the 99-cent bin at a local record store, I hadn't been hot as to whether I should get this because it was so weird. And guess what? I came home and listened to, and it's weird. Weird does not always mean good. Have any of you people heard of this weird guy? Guy. His name is Guy. Guy Gooden. Space Pirate Radio. I think this is 1971 or 72. And apparently he used to do some kind of radio show where he would mix comedy and voices and sound clips, and here there's this whole Star Wars comedy he's doing. It's not that funny. It's interesting. I'm going to put my hand over some of the things that are going on the back cover here. Wearing a silly outfit, and I look him up, and he's now broadcasting on Twitch 30, 40 years later. He must be getting up there in age. Have any of you guys heard of this guy, Guy Gooden? What's his story? There's like nothing on him on YouTube. That's all the vinyl. Now we have CDs. Bear with me, guys. We're 7 minutes in, and I've barely gotten through half of this. I will go faster, though. Some of this is Goodwill. Some of this is legitimate record stores. Sonny Rollins. You guys know I did a big thing on Sonny Rollins' 90th birthday, so when I saw this for a couple bucks, Sonny Rollins and the... can't even read it. It's so small. Sonny Rollins and the Contemporary Leaders. Barney Kessel, Shelly Manne, etc. Bunch of standards on the Riverside Records. I can't read it. It's so small. It was a long time ago. Trust me. This says Shankar, so I assumed it's Ravi Shankar. I'm not really sure if it's Ravi Shankar. It says Shankar on vocals and double violin. Is there somebody else named Shankar? Zakir Hussain, who we all know, and I've actually seen live. But this is like Indian music for the Indian market. It's very Indian. Arvo Pärt. Let's go from India to Estonia. Arvo Pärt, the Estonian composer. Most of his stuff is on ECM. This on ECM? Yeah, ECM New Series. Canon, I can't pronounce this. It's a lot of choral singing. 1997 at some church in a city I can't pronounce. I don't even know what country it's recorded in. And Mr. Thelonious Monk on CBS, doing standards, not monk tunes, but standards, such as Tea for Two. Nice work if you can get it, Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. I think it's a collection of standards that he did on various recordings, and they compiled it. Okay. Now for the kind of really good stuff. Let's see. Well, we got some medium good stuff. More classical. The Eroica Trio. 3 ladies doing classical stuff. Astor Piazzolla is the highlight of this one. 3 or 4 tracks from him, and some from Villalobos. I don't know much about these ladies, but classical, South American and Spanish style music on EMI. Sounds good. I got a lot of Astor Piazzolla. We don't talk about him enough. Argentinian tango guy, the king of the tango. How about some Shostakovich, another trio? Yo-Yo Ma, etc. Doing Shostakovich's Sonata for cello and piano and trio. Couple bucks. I like Shostakovich, one of my top 5 favorite composers. The movie soundtrack, Theory of Everything. Not that I remember the music from that movie so much as it's composed by Jóhann Jóhannsson, Icelandic guy who died not too long ago. Might have been suicide, young age. He's got some very interesting records, but when I saw his stuff for a couple bucks, I grabbed it. This sounds pretty good. I've listened to that. Okay, we got more, guys. The good stuff is in the last batch. That's how I do it. This stuff, for the most part, all came from one record store. A lot of it is in their $3 bin. Some of it costs more. It's all used. Rarely buy a new CD. Inner Peace, very getting into spiritual jazz lately. You've got your Alice Coltrane. Well, this is not that. This is a producer, the supreme sound of producer Bob Shad, and he produced Charlie Parker and then all kinds of jazz stuff, blue notey type stuff that you guys would recognize. But in 1971-72, he was getting into the spiritual jazz and jazz funk, so a lot of Fender Rhodes piano and flute and that type of stuff. So, Bob Shad. What do you guys think of this? You guys have heard of his stuff? I bet you have. Maybe you just don't know. How about Japandroids? This one is called Celebration Rock. This was critically acclaimed when it came out. Japandroids, just guitar and drums. Kind of a garagey, indie, classic rock sound. Very critically acclaimed when it came out. Then they disappeared and they said they were going to shut down the band, and I think they kind of got back together, but I've liked them, but I've never had their stuff on vinyl or CD. Okay, here's one of the best things I got today. Again, getting into world music and African music. You gotta love the cover. This is called World Psychedelic Classics Volume 3, Love is a Real Thing. The funky, fuzzy sounds of West Africa. And there's a bunch of groups on here. I can't even read it, but if I could, I couldn't pronounce it. But cool artwork. Do they do anything else artwork-wise in here? Let's check. Yeah, very cool. Cool artwork. I haven't even looked at this yet. I just bought this a couple hours ago. But the whole culture of West Africa, different parts of Africa, but West Africa especially, they're sort of discovering Western music and combining it with their own culture. Cool stuff. My son picked this out for himself. It's not the Group X, it's the Files X. Soundtrack to the X-Files, but it's a compilation of music from the period. What groups are on here? There's no light in here, I can't see anything. Danzig, he mentioned. Who else? I can't see it. There's not enough light. I'm sorry. Can you guys see it? Can you guys read this to me and get back to me later? Okay. I'm sorry. Disappointing. Again, I disappointed you all. How about, oops, don't kick the camera. That would be dumb. Paco De Lucia. Is he Spanish? I think he's Spanish. Some interesting guitar tracks from him on Philips. Larry Coryell plays on one tune. If I see his stuff for a couple bucks, yeah, I'll grab it. Cool. Most of what I do is instrumental, you can tell. Here's a new artist that's very interesting. I think he had something out on Record Store Day. This is not that. This is an earlier record. Delvon, Lamar, Organ Trio. And they went with kind of a blue notey design if you look at the fonts. It's not quite jazz. It's the intersection of jazz and soul and funk. Is that a three-way intersection? Yes, it is. He plays some standards, but he also plays a lot of originals. So a tune like Al Greenery, that's his influenced by Al Green type tune. Little Booker T, Memphis, Walk On By. Raymond Brings the Greens. Does that have to do with green onions or Grant Green? Very groovin', funky, soulful organ music. Delvon Lamar. Oh, and it's on Coal Mine Records. Coal Mine is a independent label. I think two brothers, last name Cole, but it's C-O-L-E Mine Records. Does it say that on here anywhere? Trust me, it's on Coal Mine Records. They also imitate the Blue Note design a little bit on the back. Getting down to the last couple, guys. Bear with me. Almost done. And again, this is the post-Christmas haul, not the Christmas haul. The stuff we got for Christmas and gave each other for Christmas. That's going to be another video. Sun, not Sun-O. I used to think it was pronounced Sun-O. It's just Sun. It's their 5th album called Black One. And on vinyl, this goes for some big bucks. And there have been some special re-releases of this. Sun, not Sun-O. One of those multi-genre metal bands. Death, gothic, drone, ambient metal. Lots of loud guitars just droning. And this is the 3rd record I have of theirs. I have some others on vinyl. Very gothic, dark. This one has the, what you call Cookie Monster vocals that I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a real fan of that. Some of their other records, they have like classical sort of choir singing. Gothic. If you remember a line from Spinal Tap, how black could it be? It couldn't be any more black. Check out the inner packaging. There's that page, and there's this other page of blackness, and this other page of black darkness, and this other page of dark blackness, and more black, dark blackness. Hopefully they made their point that this is dark music. There's something very mystical about them. Not for everybody. Okay, I think this is the best one of the whole package, which I got today on CD. Another West African group that I cannot pronounce the name of. Tinariwen. This is my 2nd disc from them. And I was going through, I didn't even know the store had an African section. There was so much stuff I wanted there, but I only got a couple. I got one from them earlier at the Goodwill, which I've showed previously. This one is very studio slick release, but it has Nels Cline on it, one of my favorite guitar players, if you guys know from Wilco. And it has the guys from TV on the radio, and you recognize their voices immediately. Tassili? Very nice record. I'm going to show you the book a little bit. I don't know if the book's that interesting. It's got all the lyrics, but all the lyrics are in their native language, whatever that is, and then translated to English, but it is sung in their native language. But the whole thing about walking through the desert, wearing desert clothing, sort of a renaissance of music going on in West Africa, and this is one of the more well-known groups who I can't pronounce, but recommended. Check it out on YouTube if you don't want to commit to buying it. But got a good deal on this at the record store today, along with a bunch of this other stuff, guys. Piles of CDs and records to listen to, and I still have the Christmas stuff to show you and listen to. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Vinyl Rundown, by the way. That's my channel and my name that I use on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. A lot of you follow me on Instagram. Thank you. TikTok I'm new to, but I've got 45 followers. I don't really know what to do with TikTok. I'm figuring it out. But thanks for watching, guys. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. I already said that, so have a good one. Bye-bye.